Someone burn me. Yeah, I like you, yeah, you like me. But I can see
Hey Chrisette, how are you?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
Good, good, good. We're big supporters of yours, but for those not in the know, tell us a little bit about your journey so far.
So far, I've been signed to Island Def Jam / Motown / whatever for the past 7 years almost. And so I've come out with 3 albums, been on a bunch of other people's records, Nas, Jay-Z, Ghostface, Rick Ross, etc. And I'm coming out with a new album this winter.
And it's been 2 long years since your last album was released. It came out in 2010, Let Freedom Reign. What have you been up to in the interim?
In the interim, I've been traveling and kind of having fun and enjoying meeting new people. I also did maybe 120 shows over that time around the States and around the world.
And your new album is titled Better. Why that title?
The last couple albums that I had a lot of broken-hearted love songs and things that just make you cry. And I just got tired of being upset. So I decided to do something about hope with love.
And that's the theme of the album?
The theme of the album is hope with love, and that I'm better and I'm going to find something better. Yeah.
So it's progressive, it's hopeful.
It is, yeah.
And in the way of like sound and producers, what can fans expect?
And in terms of producers, Chuck Harmony's hanging out with me on this album. To be honest with you, though, I recorded this album such a while ago that I have probably forgotten half of the lyrics. So by the time you hear it, I will have to relearn all the songs.
Cool. So what's been the delay?
I guess the delay for this album is that there are so many changes happening at the record label, Def Jam, Motown, etc. And when there are a lot of people involved in changing, things like that take time, which is why I've decided to put out a mixtape, because I feel like it's important for me to continue to connect with people.
Tell us a little bit about what we can expect from the mixtape. It's called The Mixtape, right?
It's called an Audiovisual Presentation, Audrey Hepburn, The Mixtape. I just love to play. I love to create. So I decided that I would take a trip to Brussels and Paris and London and Amsterdam and find places that Audrey Hepburn had been and do photo shoots there, shoot video there, and write music there. And so I named each song on this presentation after one of her films or her movies or a quote. And I'm also on a shopping spree in each of these places to find outfits that are inspired by her portraits. I'm going to present those for free to the people who care to listen, my fans.
And then when can we expect it?
December 8th is the day that I'm releasing the actual mixtape. But before then, I'll be releasing each segment of the mixtape. The interpretation, which is the outfits, the motion, which is the videos, and then the mixtape.
And you've got a number of gold records under your belt, quite importantly as an R&B artist. What's your take on the current climate of R&B now?
I never felt like I had to be a representative for R&B. So I never came into the industry saying, I got to keep R&B alive. And so when people ask me what I feel about the climate of it, I love Trey Songz. I love R. Kelly. I love what Carrie Hilson has been able to do, Duffy's been able to do, Adele's been able to do. It's resurfacing in so many different types of people that we wouldn't have even expected. So I think it's still here and still alive.
Do you think it's a fair assessment to say that, its commercial viability has kind of been diminished a bit?
The commercial viability of R&B, has it been diminished? I don't personally think so. The reason why I say that is because I'm able to travel around different countries and see people come out to a show of songs that I put out 2 years ago and the people sing along. So people obviously still appreciate it. I just think that the word commercial viability was poignant, and we may not see it on the radio the way we used to, but I think it still lives.
And this is actually a question from a fan. They said, knowing what your gift is and knowing how hard you work, does the politics and the fact that, sometimes we see non-singers topping the singing charts, does that ever frustrate you?
don't care about the artists that are putting out the music. Like, whether or not you can sing is not my concern. My concern is the record labels paying attention to only one type of person. That's exhausting. And that's why mixtapes are so poignant right now. Because a lot of times the record label doesn't know what to put out. So you got an incredible person like 2 Chainz having put out 67,322 million mixtapes before he can get signed and put on an album. It's a different industry. You got to do it yourself, DIY.
And speaking of DIY, reality TV seems to be like a new vehicle now for a lot of people to kind of push their music. We see what we see with Love and Hip Hop. We see it with other shows as well, such as Real Housewives and things like that. Is that something...
Don't be tardy for the party.
Is that something you'd ever consider doing?
A reality show? Yeah, give me a reality show. Welcome to my house party. You can do that.
Of the existing ones out now, which one do you think appeals to you most?
Which one appeals to me most is definitely the Braxtons TV show, for sure.
What?
It's sisters who are able to get along. My mom is my manager. My little brother is signed. He's working on his music. And my dad is a very large part of my life. Tamar is my best friend in my head. So that's why.
Cool. And you've been on the scene for a good minute.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say in your career thus far has been the most gratifying and the most challenging moments?
The most gratifying and the most challenging moment is meeting people. Is no feeling like meeting a stranger, falling in love with them right away, and they live in Brazil or some other country that I don't live in. And then it's also challenging because what if you didn't say what you were supposed to say and they walk away and they don't like Chrisette Michele? Do you know? So I try to connect to humans as much as I can. It's a big deal to me, and I love it.
Cool. And there are a lot of females out at the moment. Who would you say for you are some of your favourite R&B females?
R&B? You had to stick R&B in there for who was my favorite. Okay, my favorite? Oh, R&B. Man, I didn't grow up listening to R&B. I didn't have my first R&B records until I got signed to Def Jam and they took me to the store to purchase them. I grew up listening to hip-hop, alternative rock, jazz, and gospel. So I had to learn how to have a favorite R&B singer. Alicia Keys is incredible. I like the Noisettes. I like Janelle Monáe. I love Solange. I think they're dope.
And you've done a lot of notable collaborations with Drake. You've done Rick Ross and a few other people as well. Who's on your collaboration wish list?
Kanye West is still on my collaboration wish list. He obviously does not think I'm cool enough, so I'm going to buy 6 new pair of gazelles and hope that he notices and decides that I'm cool enough to collaborate with.
And final question, sell us Chrisette Michele in 3 words.
3 words. Hopeless, romantic girl.